Have you ever spent 9 hours at work and felt like you didn't get anything accomplished at all?
You're busy all day, but you feel like you're further behind than when you started. Effective time management skills will help you get more things done more efficiently, so you'll feel productive and worry less about being buried by your workload.
And in this Brain Bites mini course, we're going to give you 6 tips you can use to manage your time more effectively.
Peter Drucker, the management guru, said, "What gets measured gets managed." If you want to better manage your time, the first thing you need to do is measure where your time is going. It's really easy to do, and sometimes just the act of measuring your time is the best thing you can do to improve your time management. Here's an easy way to do it. Use our time audit form, or make your own using this design. At the end of each hour, jot down a quick note of what you accomplished. You'll notice a time wasters column. Check the boxes or write in some of the things that interrupted your productivity during that hour. Did you get unscheduled phone calls, answer emails, or was there another time waster that got in your way? Reading news, making small talk with colleagues, playing a game on your phone, whatever interrupted your workflow or kept you from being as productive as you could have been, add that in the time wasters column. At the end of the week, review the time audit forms for each day. Are there any patterns you notice? Any adjustments you can make to be more productive next week? You don't need to use the time audit all the time. When you feel you have a better handle on your time, set it aside for a while. But when you start feeling out of control, try the time audit again for a few days. Most people can benefit from doing the time audit at least every month or two.
If your goal is to get important stuff done, then first we need to figure out what exactly is important. For this step, you need to state your priorities in terms of an output, something that gets accomplished. This is harder than it sounds. For many people who aren't managing their time well, their priority is really just to work on what's in front of them. Their day is all about answering the emails and phone calls and requests that come to them until it's time to go home. That's called being reactive instead of proactive, and it's usually an inefficient way to work. In Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Workweek, he goes even further, saying that busyness is a form of laziness, something that we might do because being busy makes us feel productive. And maybe it's easier to work hard inefficiently than to tackle the challenge of really reorganizing our work to be more productive. To really take control of your time, you need to start by understanding what's important. On our priorities form or on a sheet of paper, list up to 7 priorities that are important to you right now. If you feel like you have more than 7, then choose the most important ones to work on this week and save the others for later. Remember, priorities are desired outcomes, not to-dos. We'll talk about those in step 4. It's a good idea to revisit your priority list regularly, since some things will change, some projects will finish, others may get added. Your priority list should always be a guide to where most of your work is being directed right now.
Now that our priority list is telling us where to focus our efforts, let's think about what we shouldn't focus on. In every job, there are some things that we can control and others we can't. It sounds obvious, but to be more productive, we should focus on the things that we can control. For example, maybe you can't control how many emails you get in a day, but you can control how often you check your email. The same may be true of phone calls and meetings. You can't control the requests coming in, but you can control how and when you respond to them. And you can set expectations for when you are and aren't available. Maybe you don't have control over the customers you work with, or when and where you work. Don't waste time and energy complaining about things that you can't change.
In part 2, we'll talk about to-do lists, the 80-20 rule, and time wasters.